Hello everybody, LegoBro back again, and we're going to work on some more fancy things when it comes to selecting players today. Last episode, we went and saw how we could use scoreboard to see if a player has done something, and that works pretty well. That's probably the most used. But what if we want to do something that we can't really track on scoreboard, or that's not super easy to track with something like scoreboard? Well, we can go through a few of those. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. So the first one we can do, I'll just do the say command, and you can see at P, nearest player, at R, random player, at A, all players, and at E, all entities. So we're gonna go through a couple for the at P, and these are pretty useful. And the first one we've got is the radius. So if we say any player that is in a radius of 1, and let's go ahead and grab a button, it will not say my name until I get right next to the command block. And this is a radius relative to the command block. Now sometimes you want to do wireless, far away stuff, and that's okay. So let's say we want it to detect if somebody is at this blue lapis block. So first we need the coordinates. So I'm just going to use tab autocomplete and get the 3 coordinates and paste them in here. So we've got x equals, y equals, and you need to separate these with commas, and z equals. If you don't separate them with commas, it will not work. So now, if I'm right next to the command block, it should not say my name. But if I'm standing, and that's pretty far away, I'm gonna let's grab some redstone. If I press this and I stand here, it will not say my name either. And if I stand here, it will also not say my name for some odd reason. Maybe the radius. Okay. And now the radius. That's weird. Was I not standing on it before? I bet if I stand right here, it'll... yeah. Okay, so the radius is kind of iffy sometimes, so if we want to raise the y up 1, now it should find me. It might find me here too. No, it just finds me here. That worked pretty well. So you've got you've got radius and the 3 coordinates. Those are just some selectors. Now we've got also have dx, dy, and dz. So we don't always want, if I do always active and repeat, and let's do this needs to be execute. Should be just lapis block, right? Yeah. So if I'm within a radius of 3, it will set the lapis down, and you can see that being painted pretty much. This is the center one, I believe, so I'll put redstone. It's not always perfect, because 3 is kind of an odd. Should be, yeah. Some of these, like this one should set. Oh, it did. Okay. So that's our circular radius. But what if we want a square radius? So we're gonna keep this, but put that on needs redstone. We're gonna copy this, and we want that to need redstone. And let's switch this to redstone block because that's easy. So instead of using R, we use D for dimension, and then dx equals 1, dy equals 1, and dz equals 1. So let's set that to running, and it should set a square, kind of odd shaped. Yeah, it's just having some hard times. Yeah. And it will set in a, yeah, 1 block above if a player. So that worked pretty well. And that does relatively pretty useful things. And I believe it goes the positive directions. That's why this side is bigger and this side is bigger. So first it detects, and this is given, I believe, just with the coordinates. And then it adds 1 to both. So that's pretty interesting. Now with the radius, we also have a radius minimum. So if it's at least 1 block away, and if it's at most 3 blocks away. Now you'll use the maximum probably more. I'll switch these. So now it will not set blocks that are 1 block away. It might if, yeah, for sure it won't set here. Because sometimes using execute, there's cleaner ways of doing it. I'm just showing you kind of a visual way. So those are more coordinate selections. And we've also got tag, which is I'll copy this, which is another scoreboard function. And we'll talk about tag later. I'll skip that for now, actually. And then we also have team, which is also another scoreboard. And then we get to, I'll grab armor stands, get to more entity selection. Now I want this to be, there's some over here. And we want to change this to at E. So we have type equals, and then you have to put the name of the entity, and also with type equals you can do not by putting an exclamation. So this works for every entity that is not an armor stand. But we don't want that. We want it to be an armor stand. And so if we press this button, it will set that many emerald blocks. And I'm just gonna run by and clean that back up. We also have name. Name equals 1. So I think no. Okay, before he dies, we're going to do not armor stand, and its name is 1. So because his name is 1, it will set the emerald block where he is. That's pretty useful if you want to give certain entities a custom name, which is pretty nice. Okay, and then now we have count. So C equals 1. Oh. Let's reset this. Or not. Okay. So this only does 1. Now if we do 3, so I pressed it once, you see there's only 1. 3, it does the nearest 3. Reset these. So, and this is relative to the command block, unless if you use, I believe, the coordinates. So, you can also make it -3, which does the 3 farthest away. For some reason, it only did 2. Maybe -1 doesn't count. -4 should do 4. Yeah, should do 3. And that's pretty useful if you want to select a certain amount of entities. And I believe that is most of them. We can also use game modes. So I can say scoreboard player game mode 3 at P, and you use M for mode equals 1. So only if my game mode is 1 will it set it to 3. So if I'm in game mode 2, it will not work. It says that player cannot be found. We also have level. So game mode 1. So if you have a level of 1, or this is the minimum, so LM is minimum and level is maximum, just L is maximum, and this refers to your XP level, not how much experience you have, but your actual level. So I will not be set into game mode 1 unless if I add 2 XP. So now since my XP was 1, I could be set into game mode 1. So we've gone over type. I'm not going to go over the rotations because that has very specific uses and it's kind of a pain to set those up. Okay. And I think that's just about all of them. We went through a lot of time already. That was pretty quick. So I think I'll end it here. And I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I can get these out weekly. If not, I'll try my best to get them out enough. And that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all later.